Hello, it is I. It is me. I am here. We're back, and we're live this time. I tried recording earlier, but it just didn't work out, so we're so back. I think I'm gonna turn myself up a little bit. Is this the time to be turned up? Dun dun dun. Anyways. I saw a very cursed video about... World of Warcraft balancing. It's like the Dark Knight class, one of the archetypes of the Dark Knight class, does like 80 million damage compared to every other job, and it's very class, and it's very, very funny. Okay, did a little audio check, we're completely fine. We are so back. Also, very funny, okay? So here's the deal, alright? Here's the deal. Starting from today, okay? Every subscriber that we get for this week, so the 17th to... I mean, we'll cut it off at the 24th, why not? We'll cut it off at the 24th. So every subscriber that we get from the 17th to the 24th is going to be one Yashiro run in a row. It is your time to make the Yashiro arc real. Because, so I was thinking about it. I think we all can just kind of like accept this as sort of like an inevitability, right? Knight Errant Ithutu, you're giving this to me when I only got 40 minutes to work with? Oh my god, Knight Errant Ithutu, you piece. But I think that we can all kind of, as a general concept, accept the idea that when the game launches, the subscriber count is going to go up because it's going to be out of early access. People are going to be looking for the guy, and that's me, hopefully. I mean, you know, when the game comes out, YouTubers will swarm it for like a week, and then I'll just be a vulture picking at the bones. Which, you know, that's, if we're vulture posting, then I guess we're vulture posting, you know? But, I feel like that it's not completely unrealistic to say that when the game comes out, we're reaching 1,000 subscribers. But I wanted to just kind of try to do some fun and silly things before that point to see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers. Not on, like, our own merits, because obviously the game is doing a lot of work, but, you know, you get me? You feel me? So we're gonna try to, we're gonna try to get as many the funny number, as quickly, well, not as quickly as possible, but we're gonna try to do some fun and silly things to spice it up, and incentivize the subscriber, so that when the game actually comes out, then maybe, you know, who knows? I'm just getting my music ready. We're just balling. We are just balling. Many people are saying this. Now, admittedly, I'm not actually seeing the song that I was interested in. It was the song in that ridiculous World of Warcraft video, you know? Here we go. Is it this one? I believe it is. So we're so back. Okay, so what do we got here? We got a light source. We've got knowledge, we've got charisma, we've got dexterity. So no strength check. Dexterity check kind of sucks, but maybe we'll just go into katana build for fun. And that'll be pretty cool. You can loop videos on mobile, can't you? Oh my god, that's beautiful. I don't remember who said it, but the person who commented that you could loop videos on mobile, like a saint, hero. Okay, so light source, blah 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 blah. Everything but strength. We fight Takashi. Maybe dexterity. Second enemy. Okay. I mean, we can do this pretty, well, not pretty easily. It's Knight Errant. I'm never gonna say that's easy. But we can just do a little bit of balling. And by the way, I'm gonna kick... I'm gonna kick somebody's ass, you know? What I got put through today was absolutely, like... Oh boy. Now this is not serious, just so you know. This is incredibly not serious. This is a bit. But it is also kind of true. But it is also a bit. So I am the dedicated, yeah, it's a Final Fantasy anecdote. You probably could have guessed. I'm the dedicated Phil. Oh, it's look who it is. I'm the dedicated Phil for my FC static. It was FC raid night, right? I'm the dedicated Phil. And I put the law down, alright? Because I'm the guild leader. This is my FC. This is my static. I put the law down that after we start clearing, no, like, position swapping in the static roster, right? Like, after we start clearing, you can't swap your positions in the static anymore. Now, I didn't say you can't change jobs, because, like, if the Astrologian wants to turn into a white mage, who gives a shit, you know? But if the, you know, Astrologian wants to change into a machinist, that's a little bit of a problem after we start clearing and people get loot on their preferred classes. What are we doing here? Oh my god, all these suck. All these are horrible, by the way. I hate all of them. We'll start with, not happy. Frowny face right now. But, you know, what do you want me to do? It's like, I want to go to Vigil first, almost. Maybe we do, because we got a weapon? Fuck it. I wanted to go to Vigil first. Let's hope it's not doomed. That would suck. It's doomed? Oh. Oh, I just keep making the best decisions tonight. But, so, we haven't cleared yet, but we're getting really close to clearing. I think we're going to clear on Wednesday or next Monday, easily. But basically what ended up happening, well, I'm making bad decisions after bad decisions, is the main tank wanted to switch to healer, and the healer, the regen healer, main tank switching to regen healer switching to machinist, and I'm the bard, so that's fizz ranged. Well, we'll just fight him, that's fine. Actually, wait, I'm dumb as hell. Hold on, let me do this. It's not too late, right? It's not too late. We do a little clap bow, we write that down, have a little modest supper. And then the healer wants to change to a machinist. And what that meant is that I had to pull a level 90 tank out of the hat, which I actually couldn't do. It was very difficult to pull a level 90 tank out of the hat. And so I ended up going in as fucking Gunbreaker main tank on P9. And I wanted to die. Like, it was horrible. I'm a terrible tank. I'm a terrible Gunbreaker. And so it's the first enemy of the night, and I'm looking at him, and I'm saying, no thank you. No thank you, I'm full. I'm looking at him, I'm saying, no thank you, I'm full. I'm getting the fuck out of here. Because that's just bad. Like, that's just unlucky. You're not getting through that one, right? Like, you're not doing that at all. You're gonna cry yourself to sleep. And then it's 1 a.m. right now? That's crazy. This has been a horrible, bad mystery. I really did make the worst choices. Look at that. Does this count as being in the mansion because it's a Mimi event? Because we only got 1% Doom there. That's kind of weird. Fuck it. I mean, you know, I want to say that I calculated this, and it's like we're fighting the Stamina Andy, so it's okay, but I actually didn't. Oh, he's weak? Oh. I didn't have to risk that. Now, I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking it's pretty bad. I'm looking at 5 sanity, I'm looking at 21% Doom. I'm thinking to myself that maybe, just maybe, we're not having a good time right now. What the fuck are these mysteries, by the way? Like, I mean, we can't do school scissors. I guess we could do mermaids. But that means Scissor Woman burned, which is pretty bad. So let's just go to ramen, interim ramen break. Just gonna go to a ramen noodle stand, have a great time. Have a fantastic time. Just kind of chill. But yeah, so I'm like dead inside. That's me IRL right now. Dead inside, dead as a doornail, dead as a doorknob. I don't know. I've heard the saying before, but I don't actually know. This would go hard, but I'm not gonna click it. I'm not gonna click it at all. I'm not gonna risk it. But other anecdotes that I can give. Amazon. They punked me. I got punked by Amazon, Jeffy Bezos. He punked me. He beat me up. He took me by surprise, got me with the sucker punch. I know Jeff Bezos doesn't work there anymore, but I'm still going to always refer to Amazon as Jeffy B because he's iconic, and also it's a bit. But basically, I got a one of those things where Amazon's like, oh, if you do this, you can have like, you could have, if you bundle your packages together, they'll all get here on this day, and it'll be free shipping. It was one of those things, right? And I was like, oh, well, you know, that's pretty nice. I would like free shipping. I'm a free shipping enjoyer, because I'm not an Amazon Prime Andy. I was for a little bit because they kept giving me free months and it was really funny, but then they wised up to it and they stopped giving me free months. Oh my god. Also, I just want to say, are we Sotomura Andes? I think we are. I think this is Sotomura Gaming, which is pretty bizarre. But but it was supposed to get here, like, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to get here tomorrow. That's what they advertised. And then I click on it, and I see that it's still scheduled for that delivery. And then I get an email today, and you know what it says? End of the month. End of the month. And listen, it's free shipping, so I guess I can't complain. But, it is what it is. Ah, yes. Hell. Agony. If we're only doing this because we can just fucking kill him, right? Like, if we couldn't fucking kill him, we would not do this. Oh, no, I'm stupid. I'm an idiot. Hold on, that's gonna kill. This is gonna kill him? I was a moron, because I forgot concussion was gonna, like, make us slower. I don't know why, I'm dumb. I'm just an idiot. Why are we taking so much damage, you know? You know what? Go ahead, peep the horror. That's pretty bad. Out of everything that we could have gotten there, that one's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. So what you're gonna do is you're playing damage control now, because you got something that you really do hate. You're gonna do that, and then you're gonna rest, and then you're gonna cry yourself to sleep at night, because that sucked. We did actually gain, like, a net bonus on the stamina, because I think we were, like, 8 earlier. First aid? No, why would we get a good perk? That's okay. It was everything but dex... No, it was everything but strength, right? Yeah, it was everything but strength, but charisma was a maybe. It's still the best choice here. In general, I'm not gonna put a point into it yet. I will if I see Heart of Darkness, which we could still potentially get. Am I gonna dumpster dive here? I think we can. We do have Mermaid Man to fight, potentially. We have Akamanto. We're keeping the Stalker's Mask. I would like to keep the Long Pig Steak, too. But we're just gonna do that. Now, remember to actually do this properly. Because we're only doing this because we have the items, by the way. We would not try to, like, brute force that if we couldn't. Wow! Got the fucking Kanapa ritual? That sucks. I was hoping to fail that. Confront stranger, get thrown out of the cemetery. That's okay. We're forced to sit on the floor. What mystery are we doing next? I don't think we're gonna do School Scissors next, but we are gonna do Mermaids next, so... Oh, but God, can we do... Oh, no, I fucked up. That was bad. We should do School Scissors next, but I can't now. I almost clicked the wrong button, by the way. That would have been disastrous. We have to do Mermaids. I'm forcing us to do Mermaids now. But that also, like, forces the Scissor Woman boss fight, unless we get really lucky. I think, honestly, if we get Scissor Woman, we need to use the Inspiring Novel. I don't think we could win, with just, like, how mid the run has been so far. And by the way, I want to make this clear. I am always a respector of, like, proper ranking and rating. So, when I say something's mid, I actually mean it's middle. You know, I don't mean that it's bad. I mean that it's actually middle. If I give something, like... you know, like a 6 out of 10, that means I liked it, right? Like, I had a positive experience with it. If I give it a 7 out of 10, that means I really liked it. You know, I'm a person, I'm an Andy who likes properly ranking things. Like, I like using the actual... The problem is that people are conditioned to... And this is the thing with pretty much everything in life where there's a grading system, right? Is you either get the max rating, or you failed, you're an idiot, you're a dumbass, you're a loser, right? And so you see this a lot with, the hiring services where you hire somebody to do something for you. like an Uber or like an Uber or a Lyft or something like that, where if you give the driver, like if you enjoyed or had like a positive experience on your like Uber ride or your Lyft ride or whatever the fuck it is, you need to give them 5 stars. And if there's like any little bonus categories that you can do, you need to put at least like one of those bonus categories in, because they fucking live and die by that shit. Because if they don't get a 5-star rating, then that means that they did something wrong, and then that they get punished for that. So I guess if you're evil, you could just give people like a 4-star rating or a 3-star rating, even though their service was perfectly acceptable. And you could just like ruin the rest of their life if you wanted to do that. Because it really is, like, they really do depend on that. Like, I remember there was I ordered groceries once, and the person was pretending to be, like, they were pretending to be someone else. And I remember, like, watching them, because I have, like, a window, and I can look outside of it. I remember hearing my neighbor's dog barking, and I look out the window, and I see them walking up, and then they put the groceries down, they take a picture of it, and then they, like, quickly, like, type something on their phone, and then I get a message from them, and then it's like, I look at the profile picture, it's a completely different person, and they were, like, they were, like, asking for a 5-star rating, probably because they were worried that, they weren't going to get a 5-star rating for whatever reason, and they wanted to try to maximize their chances. It's very weird. And it's the same thing with, like, it's the same thing with the hiring services. It's the same thing with, like, games, too, right? Like, if you see a game get a 7 out of 10, you're like, that's dog shit. Like, that's the worst game ever made. You can't even, like, consider buying it. Like, that's fucking dog shit. It's not worth your $60, now $70, right? Like, you just can't justify that to yourself if you see that. I hate this, by the way. I really do hate this. But I want the branch. The conundrum. If we hit this, she goes down to 13, and what do? You miss and die? That sounds good. Because, I mean, that's 12, right? Like, she doesn't take bonus damage from slashes. Like, you do really hate this. Like, we're not burned or anything, right? Like, enemies are just hitting like a fucking truck. But yeah, it's like, for video games, if you see something with like a 6 out of 10, you're like, ah, it's dog shit. That's like the worst game ever made. But it could be fun. Like, it could genuinely be a good game. And so you have to get, like, when you make a game, you have to get like a 10 out of 10. You have to get a 9 out of 10. Because if you get like an 8 out of 10, that's a bad rating. Like, that's just a bad rating. People will look at your game like people will look at your game like it's bad if you get an 8 out of 10. And so, and here's the thing, here's another thing. Game journalists have to give games like 8, 9, and 10 out of 10s, because if they don't, then, like, who wants to read a review about like a 6 out of 10 or like a mediocre game, right? Like, if somebody gives a game like a 5 out of 10, like, who the fuck wants to read that? Like, nobody wants to read that. You're either looking up a review to, like, get your confirmation bias in check, so it's like, this game is awesome, and then you look at the IGN review, and then it's like, oh, a 10 out of 10? Oh yeah, this game is awesome, I knew that. Or to confirm your, like, your confirmation bias against the game. If the game's dog shit and you don't like it, and then it's like, you want to see a reviewer tear it apart. Like, there's no middle ground for reviews of any kind. Like, numerical reviews of any kind. That's why I don't like number scores, because they're meaningless. Even if you know the critic, it still doesn't matter. Like, that's why I like it when somebody ends their review saying, it gets, like, 3 ducks out of 7 almonds, you know? It's like, it's completely, like, 3 ducks out of 7 almonds makes more sense than, or it makes as much sense as giving a game that you hate a 9 out of 10 because it's a popular game and you need to drive, like, clicks to your website. Like, they'll berate and talk badly about a game the entire review and give it a 7.5. Exactly. Because they have to. Like, they have to. There's no reality in which they can give a game a lower score if it's a game that people like. Right? Like, if it's a game that has hype behind it, they can't give it a bad score. And that's just sort of how it works. It's a horrible industry. And yes, IGN's rating system is god-awful. We're just gonna take 2 stamina damage and be happy with that, I think. Just move on with our lives, yeah. Seems pretty good with me. So yeah, if I ever did, like... I've been thinking about doing reviews because I really like talking about games that I like. But then, in that case, it's not really like a review, really. It's more like a showcase. Because it's something that I really enjoy already. Like, I wouldn't make a review about a game that I don't like. Like, if I'm making a review about something, it would be like, I like it. And so it doesn't really have a merit as a review other than, I think this game is neat. But that could be like, you know... I don't know, like... I don't know, I don't think I can be, like, super critical, if that makes sense. We're gonna just throw the game right now. Oh my god, let's go. And because of that, we're resting. We're feeling great about life. And also, another thing about game reviewing is that something like IGN is always going to have, like, that layer of separation that really makes it hard to take them seriously sometimes. Because if you're watching, like, a video game reviewer, like, I mean, for me, my favorite video game reviewer is Mandalore. Currently, favorite video game reviewer of the past, even though he's still making videos, I believe, is Angry Joe. I used to love the Angry Joe show. Used to watch that shit all the time. Like, when you, like, watch a critic, or, like, read a critic's work for long enough, you understand exactly, like, what games they like and what games they don't like. And so when they're covering a game, right, like Dunkey and JRPGs is a good one, is that when Dunkey plays a JRPG, even if it's fantastic, he'll probably talk shit about it because he doesn't like them. But that's just who he is as a critic, right? Like, that's just him, like, that's just his personal taste. That's just, like, what he does in games, you know? We'll do that. But for something like IGN, they don't really have, like, dedicated, like, gaming guys who do specific things, right? Like, you don't have the shooter dude. You don't have, like, the fighting game guy, you know? You have, like, just the bozo who's reviewing... Like, you just have the bozo who's reviewing the current game. And I say bozo with love. I love bozo. It's one of my favorite words. But you just have, like... You just do not have the same, like... Am I really taking charisma? Yeah, I'm really taking charisma. We're gonna just forget Kanappa Ritual and be, like, completely fine with our lives. So you're gonna have, like, a guy who's never played, like, a JRPG in his life and wants to write about, like, you know, immersive sims or whatever. And you're gonna have him come in and write, like, a fucking Persona 6 review or whatever. And it's like, that guy's gonna be fucking miserable. Like, he doesn't want to do that shit. But it's like, he's gotta do it, because it's his job. And so, you're gonna write your review, you're not gonna like the game, because it's, like, something that you just don't like in general. And then, what are you gonna do? You're gonna give the game just some generic score that doesn't really matter. Okay, thank God. Thank God it's Bow and Clap. You see that right there, you're gonna love it. So it's more important to pay attention to, like, the critic's name, and, like, what they like, and what they don't like. Oh my god! I mean, we did have to come here with a burn, so that's completely fair. But, that's also kind of scary. I mean, this is worth investing in. Mainly just because, like, the Occult Diary goes hard. This is kind of sketchy, by the way. Like, just a little bit sketchy. Did we just die? What if we just fucking died, you know? I mean, you had to go for it, right? Like, going into Akamanto, we might have been able to do it, but no, I don't really think so. I think that was the correct play, even with the burn. If you're gonna miss, like, an 80% chance, you're not gonna get through that. We were struggling the whole game. That run was very sketchy, and that is gonna be all that it is, because we only got 17 minutes left before I need to end the stream, so we're just gonna call it here. I thought it was good good commentary at least. Maybe mid-gameplay. And actual mid-gameplay. Gameplay in the middle. You know, not bad gameplay. Bad gameplay would be something else entirely. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, I said this earlier at the start of the video, for every subscriber that we get for this week, from the 17th to the 24th, for every subscriber we get, that will be one Yashiro run. You can make the Yashiro arc happen by clicking a single button. So, yeah, we're... for every subscriber within this week, the Yashiro run could be real. The Yashiro arc could be real. But that's up to you. I have no effect on it whatsoever. Currently, we're at 923, so everything past that for the week is a Yashiro run. So, that is indeed how it works. Spread the word of forcing me to play my least favorite character in World of Horror for potentially funny number amount of times. But, yeah. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.